What up, though, family? KC Masterpiece at you again. First of all, how was your day? Or how is your day? I hope it's going well. Mine is a little bit of a double-edged sword. It's going well, a little more than well, because well was when I opened my eyes this morning. Uh, it's going a little bit more than well, but it's an attachment to it that's not so well. It's a little personal, a little bit more personal than presenting it to you guys right now, but I will be updating you on what I mean and what I'm talking about periodically. Uh, Listen to my partner Briz, checked out his show, and I wasn't surprised at what I heard and the feelings. I heard stress. I wasn't surprised because, as you well know, I don't associate myself with the term or the title is Christian. I associate myself with being a lover of Christ. So, I like to point out the anger. And I can identify with that anger because that's the same anger I felt when I came to the realization that sports was fake. And I was angry knowing that all these years I've wasted and invested countless time into and believed in saving a lot of people from the streets. This is what I believed. And then to find out the truth about what I believe, it really dug deep. So I encourage you fellas, ladies, that if you have doubts about anything, question it. And I'll go even as far as this. Question everything. Stop letting people tell you what it is. Find out what it is for yourself. That's what I had to do. That's what I invited Vic to do. And while Vic have interpretations that I'm not comfortable with agreeing with, we do identify what really matters. There's a Father who's the creator of all things. There's a Son who was directly created by him, the first of all creations. Okay? We have a beginning. We agree to living in the present. And we agree and believe in the same thing when it comes to the end. That's it. That's what really matters, because along that way, along that path, what's not known will be made known. You understand? What's not known will be made known. So we just protect ourselves with God's word to make sure we don't overstep any boundaries, to make sure we don't cross any lines. And of course, God's word is based on the heart of the individual, because God don't make you do anything. God will give you a said explanation why not to do this or that, but he don't make you do nothing. And just want to share that. I understand the anger. I understand everything the brothers and sisters have when they say that the book's been manipulated, that how would you know if man didn't change something, and I'm with all of that. I'm with it. But understand this, that if the creator of all things wants you to know something, ain't nothing man can do to stop it from getting to you if he wants you to know it. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You think a creation is going to stop the creator from doing what he pleases? Come on. Come on now. Step outside yourself for 1 second and ask yourself, what if? What if? What if what's in this Bible is accurate? What if it is right? What if it don't make sense to me because my heart condition is not in the right condition to interpret it or understand it or even hear it clearly? What if? What if? I always go into a new area with that in mind. I don't care how made up I have my mind made up. I always ask the question, what if? What if? When you do that, is you being objective to your own way of thinking, which is encouraged because we're programmed to think a certain way. We're even programmed to feel a certain way. For instance, I didn't know the nigger word was so harsh until I seen Mississippi Burning. I didn't know the word nigger was so harsh until I seen Higher Learning. I didn't know the word nigger was so harsh until I went to prison. You call the wrong man nigger, you say that word out loud around the wrong people in prison, it could be your life. Just a word. Nothing else. So what we have here is a blueprint of a program. And when a person thinks outside said program, they're looked at as a crazy person. So when you're looked at as a crazy person, ask yourself one thing. Do I stop so people will stop looking at me as crazy? Or do I continue to dig? Do I continue to find out whether I'm being deceived or not? Or just sit back and just let it happen? Fuck it, I can't do nothing about it. Let me just be deceived. Well, I tell you what, if you're the latter, you deserve whatever you get coming to you. Because nowhere in hell, and no way in hell, should we know and feel something ain't right, yet we can't put our fingers on it. But we clearly know something ain't right. And because we believe these people that we are like a piece of sand, the earth is like a piece of sand in the universe, and we don't add up to nothing, and we're so we have so much of a non-impact over the overall picture. They got us thinking that to the point where we think that the way we feel is insignificant. And it's total BS. I mean, like them, if you okay with believing them and they don't have to give you no proof of anything, then go ahead, believe them. But I tell you this, what they tell you it is the exact opposite of what God said it is. In the storybook y'all call the Bible, or the Bible, which you non-believers call the storybook, warns us about this. Says Satan always speaks the opposite of what God speaks. He always tells the lie. So you just comfortable with just feeling like I'm in limbo and whatever happens just happen. You have no inclination within yourself to know that if you want to know what's happening, you can know what's happening. You can know what's going on. You can understand and digest the feeling of inadequacy that you have about how much of an impact you got in the on the world stage. You think because you don't have a certain amount of monetary means and fame in this world that you can't make things happen, but I'm telling you, it's all a lie. It's all bullshit. And if you're going to believe the bullshit that you're taught to believe and just be hunky-dory with that, then so be it. Nobody's going to beat you upside the head with it unless you give them an opportunity to. See, I created this platform to put it out there so if the conversation is needed, that you'll have somewhere to go to where you won't feel like shit after you bring out what you really feel and how you really feel. So I encourage you, don't trust nothing. Stop believing anything people tell you. Just because you see a picture and a small video, it don't tell the story. Let's look at the before, let's look at the during, and let's look at the after. Let's quit selling ourselves short. Let's quit cheating ourselves, because that's all we doing. We just cheating ourselves. You have power within yourself so great that the people that run this world will choose to deceive you out of said power before you find out what you even got. The most powerful people I've seen in this world are people that are homeless. The most powerful people are people that I know that's homeless. I'm going to let you chew on that a little bit, because I know the world got you thinking power means money and prestige. But it's quite the contrary. Notice how plenty of things is said about the rich man and about the rich in a negative light coming from the Creator inside the Bible, in which you people call a storybook. But notice nothing is ever said about the poor person or the beggar in a negative light from the Creator. Ever. I just want you to chew on what I'm saying just for a second, like a piece of gum. I want you to gnaw on that motherfucker until the sweetness gone out of it. And you can just throw it away, because I got another fresh piece for you when you feel like you need another wake up. Just throw it away. I ain't got no problem with it. But understand this, you're not hearing my voice because you choose to. You hearing my voice because you're asking a particular question. And when you ask said question inside of your mind, God sees you and hears you. And when you go as far as asking it physically, that's when God knows you serious. Then when you keep on asking, that's when God know that it might be time for a heart transfusion, a blood transfusion, a spiritual transfusion. I don't want to say too much, y'all, but I do want you to know that it's real. Everything I tell you is bona fide facts. I wish a lot of it wasn't, but it is. And even with that being said, don't believe nothing I say without proof. Question everything I say. I don't care how much facts I say they are. Prove me wrong. I hope y'all have a good remainder of the day. As y'all can see, it's kind of sunny out here, and you see some ugly clouds in some places. Oops, sorry about that, putting y'all in the sun like that. Let me do this like this here. Out here on 10.5 mile, taking my brother to return some of his stuff he got the other day. He didn't like the way it fit. You know, he been gone for like 16. And, you know, last time he was out here, clothes was a lot less fit, if you will. But I hope y'all and y'all families are well. If they not, I hope they get well. I pray they get well. And I pray that y'all holler at me, because I'm going to do something a little bit later. I'm trying to make sure ain't nobody I like hearing Kick It doing anything. And when I see a spot open where I can get undivided attention, then I'm going to try to do something. But this your boy KC Masterpiece. Not to be confused with the barbecue sauce, but equal or better taste. I'll let your boy.